Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's your favorite cake making topper tutorial friend, VincyCakeGirl. And today we're gonna be making a Barcelona fondant logo topper tutorial. So get right into this video and don't forget to subscribe. So guys, it's the football season and everyone's going all crazy over football. I don't know if you're missing your spouses and they're out with their guy friends looking at football, leaving you home alone, but definitely it's crazy. Guys, I don't know who your favorite team is, but today we're going to be doing the Barcelona topper. As you can see, I'm tracing out the base of this topper. I made sure that I pre-colored all my fondant. As you can see, my hands are quite messy with this one. I tried to be as clean as possible, but I also was in a bit of a hurry. Now what I'm doing is making sure that I cut out the base colors first. If you realize that I cut out two of the shapes of this same shape, which is at the bottom of my topper, that is so that I can have equal thicknesses of the strips, and it's easier to cut like this rather than to try and do it in individual pieces. So here I go, taking in and alternating the stripes of this part of my topper. Who do you think is gonna win the championship this year? I want to hear what you guys have to say. Comment down below now and let me know who you think is gonna win the championship this year. Who are you rooting for? And I'll probably tell you who I'm rooting for in the comment section down below if you guys comment and let me know who you're rooting for. Now, as you can see, this time, guys, I actually have a printout of my image. Yes, a friend helped me out. And what I did was use my X-Acto knife, basic, guys. This topper, you can do it with your eyes closed. And I just keep all the pieces and I layer it. I layer this. I took my time. This took me about 2 hours to create this topper. I took my time and I cut out the pieces individually. You just need to have a straight hand and be precise. Make sure that when you assemble your pieces back onto your base, which I use the yellow as my base, you know, you go back in and you reshape it and clean it up. You know, we always go for that nice, clean, professional finish on our toppers, guys. So make sure that you try and keep a steady hand when cutting your fondant, and make sure that you try and roll out all your fondant strips as the same thickness. As you have seen here, I have all the pieces of my fondant, a matter of fact, and I've made sure that I've rolled them out at the same thicknesses, just so that they can be precise and they would look more I will have a more flushed finish on the face of my topper, and it looks really nice and clean. Okay guys, so I'm so hyped for this video because I really want to know, who do you think is going to win the championship this year? I'm a football fanatic, don't tell much people, but I'm not going to tell you who I'm rooting for yet. I want to know who you guys think is actually going to win. Comment down below now. Let me hear your views and let's see who's right at the end of the season. I am so anxious for this. Okay guys, so as you see, I keep all the pieces from my stencil that I've created and I've cut out so that I can actually go back onto the base and cut out where I'm going to be placing the parts of my topper that I have cut out separately. Now this is where you need to make sure that you cut what's there and cut what's exact. Now for this part with the stripes, it was a little technical, but I basically went in free-handed here, like the pro that I think that I am, even though I did have to go back in and cut some of my strips a little smaller, but just keeping a steady hand and being as precise as possible. Make sure guys that when you're doing this topper, your fondant is kneaded to a very stiff consistency. So if you have pre-bought fondant, use some confectioner's sugar. I prefer confectioner's over icing or powdered sugar. Yes, there is a difference in the texture if you're asking. I prefer to use that, and it gives you a stiffer consistency because you don't want to be working with soft, flabby fondant, especially if you're making your fondant from scratch like myself. You want to make sure that it has that stiffness. If not, and your hands cannot bear the weight of kneading stiff fondant, You, however, can add some Tylose powder to your fondant. Now, I don't technically work with Tylose powder too much, or at all, might I say. However, it helps a lot, guys. I've used it before and it does help a lot. You just have to work a little quicker. Don't add too much Tylose, because you will have a fondant that has a where it dries with sugar crystals, and it has a weird consistency while you're trying to knead it. So just bear that in mind, that you need to have a stiff consistency on your fondant. If you don't want to use fondant as well, or you don't want to use Tylose powder, remember that you can use gum paste. Gum paste as well to do this topper, but make sure that you keep your pieces covered down, because it air dries pretty quickly. Or you have another option where you can actually mix your fondant with gum paste and have a sugar paste that is pretty nice and stiff. Okay, so when I'm cutting out letters, guys, from fondant, I usually start by using the base of a square or rectangle, depending on which shape, so that I can at least have an idea of the height and the thickness. So as you see here with my letters, I didn't technically cut them out from the stencil, but I created the square shapes, and then I went in and I reshaped, which gave me the exact size for those letters that I needed, considering I wasn't using a cutter. And for my C, I just go right in using a piping tool that has a circle on the tip and a circle at the back, and I just cut out the base and the middle and make 2 slits on the side, and voila, you have your fondant C. Okay guys, so my topper was a bit on the thin side, and actually I wanted it to have a bit of a border and a back end. So what I did was roll out a thick piece of gum paste, thick enough so that I can insert dowel rods, because this is going to be standing upward on the top of my cake. And what I did was roll that out and cut it out about 1/4 of an inch thicker than my original logo. Now, if you do not have a sturdy hand, you can go right back, retrace or print out a logo, another one that is just a little bit bigger than the one that you previously used for your topper. When inserting my dowel rods, however, I want to make sure that I have something to keep it nice and flat on the top. So what I do is that I insert a dowel rod, my dowel rods, using the back of my fondant smoother or a bench scraper, pressing sturdy on the top so that I don't get that bulge when I insert my rods. Okay guys, you have reached this far in my video, and do not forget to press that subscribe button. Come on guys. Okay, so I have some homework for you guys. I want to see who has been looking at all of my videos. If I had pre-colored my gum paste in a color to give me a more brilliant gold, what color would I have used? Comment down below now and let me know what color should I have pre-dyed my gum paste in to get a brighter gold. Now, thank you for watching my video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also remember to press the notification bell so every time I post a new video, you will be informed.